You told yourself you didn't care about the drama, and then you spent 45 minutes reading every single comment. Here's the thing. That's not a character flaw. That's not weakness. That's your brain doing exactly what it was built to do. And once you understand why, you'll never look at your own habits the same way again. Here's what's actually happening inside your brain when drama shows up. The moment you see conflict, a fight, a scandal, someone getting called out, your brain releases dopamine, the same chemical that fires when you eat something good, win a game, or get a text from someone you like. Neuroscientists found that watching drama activates the same emotional centers as experiencing real emotions yourself. You're not just watching someone else's chaos, you are feeling it, and your brain rewards you for engaging with it. That's the dopamine trap. Every scroll, every click, every wait, what happened next? That's your brain chasing a chemical reward it didn't earn. But why does the brain work this way at all? Because for most of human history, drama kept you alive. Picture this, a tribe of early humans sitting around a fire. Two members of the group are fighting. If you ignored that conflict, you got blindsided. You didn't know whose side to take. You didn't know who to trust. You didn't see the betrayal coming. Evolutionary psychologists argue that gossip and drama were social survival tools. Knowing who was lying, who was gaining power, who was about to get exiled, that was life or death information. The people who paid close attention to conflict, they survived, they built alliances, they adapted. Your brain still runs that same program today. It just never got the update telling it that the stakes are now strangers arguing in a comment section. So here's the problem. Your brain cannot tell the difference between drama that matters and drama that doesn't. A real conflict in your social circle, your brain treats it the same as a Twitter beef between two celebrities you've never met. The same alert system fires, the same attention locks in, the same reward loop activates. This is called a mismatch. When an ancient survival instinct meets a modern environment it wasn't designed for. And right now, the modern world is perfectly engineered to exploit it. Social media platforms don't accidentally show you arguments and outrage, they're designed to. Because conflict keeps you engaged, and engagement is money. Now here's where it gets uncomfortable. Researchers at the University of Texas identified something called the need for drama, a personality pattern where certain people don't just watch chaos, they create it unconsciously. These are the people who always seem to be in the middle of something, always have a crisis, always have a conflict with someone new, and the strange part, they're often the ones complaining most about drama while being the source of it. Why? Because their nervous system has learned that conflict generates attention, and attention feels like safety, like validation, like proof that they exist and matter. The researchers found these individuals tend to see the world as happening to them. They're reactive. They escalate small problems and they unconsciously pull others into their chaos because it satisfies a deep psychological need they've never examined. Even if you're not that person, even if you're just a passive observer, chronic drama exposure does real damage. When you consume conflict regularly, your body releases cortisol, the stress hormone. Small doses are fine, but constant low-level stress from drama you're not even involved in keeps cortisol elevated for hours. The effects? Reduced focus, worse sleep, higher anxiety, lower ability to make good decisions. Research consistently shows that heavy social media use, particularly exposure to outrage and conflict, increases depression and anxiety, especially in younger people. Your brain thinks it's staying informed and socially aware. What it's actually doing is burning your mental energy on fires you didn't start and can't put out. There's another layer to this most people never think about. Your attraction to drama isn't just a brain glitch. It's being actively weaponized against you. And the attention economy, the system that runs social media, news, and most of the internet, profits from your outrage. Angry users click more, anxious users scroll longer, engaged users see more ads. Platforms use algorithms trained specifically to surface content that provokes emotional reactions. Not because it's true, not because it's useful, because it keeps you on the platform. Every time you engage with drama online, even to argue against it, you're feeding the machine. You're telling the algorithm more of this, and it delivers. Here's the cost nobody talks about. It's not just your mental health, it's your time, your actual life. Think about the last time you got pulled into some drama, online or in person. How long did it live rent-free in your head? An hour? A day? Sometimes longer? Every minute your brain spends processing someone else's conflict is a minute it's not spending on your goals, your relationships, your own problems that actually need solving. Drama is a distraction that feels like connection. It feels like being informed. It feels like being part of something. But most of the time, it's just noise that fills the space where your real life could be happening. Now, to be fair, not all drama is destructive. Emotional storytelling, passionate debates, genuine conflict between people you actually know, these can strengthen bonds. Research even shows that emotionally arousing shared experiences release endorphins and increase feelings of group closeness. The difference is stakes. Drama that involves real relationships, real consequences, real decisions, that's information worth processing. The line is, does this conflict have anything to do with your actual life? If the answer is no, your brain has been hijacked. So how do you actually break the pattern? First, awareness. The fact that you're watching this already puts you ahead. When you feel yourself getting pulled into conflict, pause and ask, does this involve me? Does engaging with this improve my life in any way? Second, interrupt the loop. Dopamine loops are broken by pattern interrupts. When you catch yourself spiraling into drama, physically do something else. Stand up, change environments. The urge usually passes within 90 seconds if you don't feed it. Third, audit your inputs. What are you giving your attention to daily? Your feed is a direct reflection of what your brain gets rewarded for. Curate it aggressively. Unfollow anything that consistently makes you anxious or angry without adding real value. Your brain was built for a world that no longer exists. It was designed to track conflict because conflict meant survival, but you're not in that world anymore. You have the ability to override the program, not by ignoring your instincts, but by understanding them well enough to choose differently. The most powerful thing you can do isn't to avoid all drama. It's to stop being unconscious about it. If this hit different, subscribe. We go deep on the psychology most people never question.